Hey, welcome back to another episode of Camp and Camera. Today we start putting the trim on the outside of the doors. This is probably going to be one of the most difficult parts of building the doors. There's some pretty tight curves to go around, and it can be difficult to take that trim around those curves without putting a kink in it. So we'll see what we can do. The two kinds of trim that I'm using are also the two kinds of trim that I used on the door frame on the inside of the cabin or the body of the camper. First piece, I'm just going to call it L trim. I'm not sure what the actual name is. It's I don't know. It's probably about 7/8 of an inch wide, and it's got a little probably 3/16 of an inch leg coming down on this side. And I'm going to use a piece of, I'm going to call it T molding. This T molding, the bottom of the T is probably 5/8 of an inch, and it's probably, I don't know, it's probably close to 5/8 of an inch, the top of the T. So this will be the hardest piece to take around the curve because you have to bend it sideways, and it's going to resist that. I don't know if we'll have to heat it or what, but we'll just jump into it. The top side that you're looking at right now will be the outside. It'll have the aluminum sheeting on it. The inside, or the finished side, I have on the bottom. And I'm going to put the L trim down first because I just want the little short leg of the L just to be some decorative trim on the inside of the door. So I'm going to go ahead and clamp that in place. And the key to doing this is to have lots and lots of clamps if possible. I'm going to clamp this a couple, 3 different locations. And I'm going to put about, I don't know, 3 clamps right down here before it starts the curve. I don't know if this will actually hold it in place, but we'll sure find out. So I'm just going to take my hand and start gently bending around that curve. Lift it up off the table. There we go. This aluminum is fairly soft and malleable, so it's not too terribly hard. Depending on the profile of the trim. This again is the L trim, so it's not going to be too hard, but the T trim, that's going to be a challenge. I'm just using a rubber mallet to lightly tap the aluminum. I'm not trying to actually bend it to the final shape such that when I let go of it, it'll spring back out, because I will have screws that'll be holding it in. I'm just trying to make sure that it has some memory built into the metal, so when I try to put it back on later, it'll be, work a little bit easier. Yeah, that looks great. Right now, when I let go of it, it springs out just a little bit, and just light fingertip pressure, and it goes back in. So I know that's being a good curve there.
Next level.
So when I started to bend that T molding around that sharp radius, I saw it starting to try to kink just a little bit. So I'm going to try to clamp where that kink is and see if I can pull it all around flat. If I can't, I may have to cut a score in it. I really don't want to do that, but we'll see what we can have to. It looks like it's working. There's a little kink in it, but it's not too bad. I think I may be able to pull that kink out with some flat, smooth nose pliers. Maybe just squeeze it back down. Let's see if it continues like that. Okay, so I just got through bending this curve, and it did kink just a little bit. I'm going to try to smooth those kinks out with some. I was looking for some smooth jaw pliers. I thought I had a set. These actually have a little bit of knurl to them. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay a popsicle stick on top of it as I squeeze down with the pliers to keep from leaving the print of the plier jaw onto the aluminum. Let's see how that works. That removed a little bit of the kink. I squeezed about as hard as I could, so I may have to take and lay this down and hit it with a rubber mallet, see if I can knock that kink out. I mean, if that much of a kink is there, it's not that, the end of the world, but I'd like for it not to be there if possible.